Hey there, fish keepers. Dean here. 2025 was an incredibly busy year for me in fish keeping and otherwise in life. I got to do some absolutely amazing things. I got to meet a whole pile of people in the fish keeping community and was able to present in a number of different provinces in Alberta and even in the United States. It's been a fantastic year, but I wasn't able to put a lot of videos out because I was just really too busy. But there's been some big changes in the fish room, and I'm actually keeping 3 of my bucket list fish, basically the entire bucket list, right at this moment. So I will get to it. This is my 90 gallon. It's looking really good. One of the people that I was able to meet this past year was Jeff Miyoki, and he inspired me to use some shadow in my tank, so you can see that there. It makes it look pretty cool. I like those dark spots. The fish really pop when they go against them. So Jeff was a super awesome guy, did an absolutely fantastic presentation for us here in Calgary, Alberta with the Calgary Aquarium Society. I learned just a pile from Jeff. If you have the opportunity to have him speak at your club, definitely do it. He's a super knowledgeable guy. I would say that his presentation was the most I've learned in a fish keeping presentation. So he did a fantastic job for us. But I'll go through my fish room now because there's been some big changes. So you can see my tanks here. They're 12 gallons that are on this pony wall. And I used to have a bunch of 5 gallons over here, but they've been finally replaced with 12 gallons. You can see that I've got some blackwater tanks set up there, and I'll talk about those. Those were due to some inspiration from somebody in another province. So you can see all my tanks here. It's looking pretty good, but we'll go through them one at a time. Back in 2024, we had Hans Evers come to Calgary and do some presentations. And he came by the fish room here, and one of the fish that he helped me out with was Sabua resplendens, or the Asian rummy nose. You can see them there. Those are my babies. So Hans gave me a couple of tips on breeding those guys. So I've got them in this tank now. I've got about, I don't know, 20 or so. He also gave me some Oryzis serotoi, which are in here as well. And they're doing really fantastic. This tank has been doing awesome as per usual. I took the heater out on it because this past summer the heater failed on it and cooked some of my fish, which was not good. But now I've got it just run at about 72, which is room temp. I've got in-floor heating in the fish room here. I got to get these guys breeding again here. I finally took out my female Apistogramma panduro, which had a bunch of babies here this past summer, which I grew up, and she became absolutely nasty. She's since moved on to another gentleman who's going to be getting her to breed. Nelson, he's got her now, but now I'll be able to get some eggs. I also got some panda cories out of this tank, which were eating all of my Pseudomagil gertrudii eggs. Pea puffers are doing good. They're happy. Sabrina's been bringing me some more eggs. We'll take a look at some baby pea puffers that have just hatched, and we'll grow some pea puffers up for Sabrina. She will appreciate that, I'm sure. And she's getting quite a few more eggs right now. But these guys are doing well. This tank never looks good because the pea puffers eat all the snails. You can see the snail graveyard here with some Barclaya longfolia red seeds that are starting to grow there, or have been growing for a while. I've got to do a video on that. Super easy to reproduce Barclaya longfolia red from seed. I'll do a video on it because if you haven't got your Grandmaster Aquatic Horticulturalist ticket yet, Barclay lymfolia is definitely the plant to go with. It's not super easy, but it's dependable. You don't get like big volumes of plants, but some of them make it. I've got some chopray danios here, or glow light danios. These are from Fred Guy, who did an awesome presentation to the club this past spring, and I picked up some of his little choprays from him. I'm going to breed these guys here and get a few of them. They're one of the most gorgeous fish. The thing that I really like about chopray danios is that they're so fast you can't see how beautiful they are, but as they age they slow down, and then you can observe them a lot better. It's one fish that when it gets older it's actually a lot more beautiful, just because the colors really develop and so they slow down so you can actually see them. I moved the endlers over to this tank here. These are from Melissa, kind of a memorial tank for her, and they're doing really good in here. I also changed the substrate in this tank to sand because I had gravel in there and it would get so dirty that it affected the water quality in this tank, and I got a lot of bacterial blooms in it, but now it's looking pretty good. It's got the cave look is really looking quite well, or great. Next over here I've got my Cracodon lateralis, lateralis now, El Tabasso. They used to be Cracodon audax, but since the name's been updated, this past spring I was able to take members from the Gudaid working group out to Banff and had an awesome time with them. We also had our first Gudaid working group conference in Canada here. Marcus Nichols organized that, and the Calgary Aquarium Society supported it, and I was able to take those guys out and show them the beauty of Alberta, and had a great time with Michael, Omar, and Maria and Radek, and yeah, it was really super cool. We had a great time, and I learned a lot about Gudaids while I was out there, and hopefully I'll be able to get to Mexico and check out their fisheries resources down there. I've got my little tank here. This is just a 5-gallon marina that I've had set up forever. It's my orange shrimp mothership, and it's doing really good. It's got the Schismatoglottis protoi in it, which is just awesome. These tanks are actually pretty great for low light. They make for a good island aquascape. I've got some baby Oryzis serotoi in here as well. Then we'll move over to my 75, which I've changed around quite a bit, and the Brochus garryi are in here. Right now I've got just I wouldn't say a whack of red neon blue eyes, but quite a few. This is where I usually grow out my blue eyes, and I've got my pandacories in here. So the Brochus garryi are one of my bucket list fish that I keep in my fish room. Always wanted them since they're on the cover of Bainch Aquarium Atlas Volume 4, and we'll take a look at those guys. After this tank, you can stare at all day long. I could make all kinds of videos on it. But there's the Brochus garryi. They've been, oh, there they go. And we'll look at them on the other side. I'll just move over there. And got some Lagonandra moboldi in here. Oh, there they go again. You can see all the red neon blue eyes in here. It always makes for an awesome display. This plant here is new for me. I got this from Neil. Simolis parviflora. But it's a really cool little plant. I've never had it before. I've never seen it before. Neil picked it up and was kind enough to give me one. and it is doing awesome there. Nice red looking plant, really beautiful. The red Neocaridina shrimp are also doing awesome in this tank. There's hundreds in there. But I was able to this past November, I presented on the Brochus garryi to the Canadian Association of Aquarium Clubs and the Hamilton and District Aquarium Club for their annual convention. That was the first convention that I've been to, fish club or fish keeping convention. It was super awesome. If you've never been to a convention, you should do it. I met so many people. It was just an absolutely fantastic experience, and highly recommend it. My talks went pretty good. I talked about Brochus garryi and fish keeping outside the box, all the different things that I do in fish keeping that aren't in the aquarium. You can see here this one male Brochus garryi has actually developed quite a black tip on his dorsal fin, if you can see it. He's the furthest one back, and that's pretty unique. I've never seen that on a Brochus garryi. Oh, he winked at us there. They wink a lot. They should be Brochus winky eye. But yeah, this tank is doing awesome. This little plant here, Cryptocorn neuri rose maiden, has just went crazy in all my tanks. It's a beautiful plant, and if you haven't kept it, it's really easy to keep and extremely beautiful. Now you can really see my red neon blue eyes here. They are a gorgeous fish. I've been raising these guys up for a few years now, and I think they'll always be in my fish room. They're just such a pretty fish that I've always got to keep them. But otherwise, this whole tank is doing really great. If we look down here, it's my Melanitania calitawa tank. I've also got some pandacories in here. These guys I got some eggs from earlier this year, like it was in April or something like that, and had a whole bunch of fry, and I found some pandacories in the filter of my tank, some baby pandacories. I put them in with the fry, and the baby pandas actually ate these guys as fry, which is really weird. There's one fry that made it out of that batch, so I've got to get another batch. It's actually that one right there, right in the middle of the screen, this one smaller female there. That was the lone survivor. The rest got eaten by pandacories. Super weird. You can see the Barclaya longfolia red is going there, and there's also a bunch of seeds that have germinated in the tank. That's one thing about Barclaya longfolia red. You can raise the seeds separately or just allow them to kind of take root in the tank, and they just kind of find their own spot. You can see it right in the middle there. There's a bit of Crypt parva, and then there's some Barclaya longfolia red seeds that have sprouted. So a good way to get your Grandmaster Horticulturalist certificate. Also got a nice Echinodoris in there that's been throwing off plants. But yeah, that tank has been doing awesome. Those guys are beautiful to watch every day. This is kind of the right time to watch them. The male should be flashing here pretty soon. It's in the morning. And then there's my other bucket list fish here, Betta macrostoma. This is the female. These guys came back from the Canadian Association Aquarium Clubs conference. My presentation was on bucket list bonus breeding Brochus garryi, and we were talking about bucket list fish at the end, and one of the people in the audience mentioned Betta macrostoma, and I was like, that's my other bucket list fish that I haven't kept. That was the only one. And one of the gentlemen there, Duncan, actually gave me these guys, so I got to breed them, and I'm super excited about that. I also did a presentation in Saskatchewan earlier this year, and there I was able to check out Ryan Schmidt's fish room, and he has all these blackwater tanks, and super inspiring. His fish room is awesome. I really love the way that he had the displays set up, and inspired me to start doing some blackwater tanks. And I'll post a link to his Instagram there. It's pretty awesome. So I really like the island concept for these blackwater tanks. It's too bad I've got lots of reflection off this tank here, but you can see there that I've got a nice little stick pile with some big leaves on it. We'll look at the female betta. I had these guys together, but the female was super aggressive with the male. He was looking to mate, and she was not having any of it. So I've separated them, and I'll bring them together to see if I can get my betta macrostoma to breed. And one of the other tanks that I set up, I wanted to set up a fry raising tank that's really easy to deal with when you need to take the fry out of the tank. So I just have this piece of wood in the middle with a bunch of Anubias pinto. Thanks, Tina. We got the pinto going. It was in a little bit darker light, and then it doesn't throw off the white leaves as much if it doesn't have enough light. So now I've got lots of light on it. I've got a nice Hygger light on it here that should get this thing going a bit more white. And then I've got just a bunch of hornwort in there. So when I want to take all these guys out of here, I got some Furcatus and some more red neon blue eyes in here. Pseudomagilla Furcatus that I got from Corrine, who was nice enough to give me some of those. Well, trade me, because I'm going to get her back down the road here. So this tank is set up just for raising fry, and I can just take out that piece of wood, take out the hornwort, and then I can catch all the fry, because a lot of my tanks, it's just brutal to get fry out of. So, and then I've got some orange shrimp in here, so hopefully I can get the colony going there. And then this is my other blackwater tank with my male betta macrostoma. He is looking good. Just an absolutely beautiful fish. I like his mouth. It's a little bit crooked, which gives him some good personality. But yeah, super excited to have these guys. And it's going to be fairly soon here. I'll try and put the male and female together. I think it's been about 3 weeks or a month. I've just been starting to add RO water to both tanks at the same rate to get them down to a low conductivity and a lower pH. I got lots of botanicals in here. But of course, I got to have some plants. I got some water lettuce in there. I've got these little Aqua filters and another Hygger light on it. But super excited about that. That'll happen down the road here. And here in my baby Gary eye tank, it's doing really good. I got another Hygger light. They gave me a light to test out. It's has a timer on it and ramps up, ramps down. It's done super awesome. I really like this light. You can adjust the intensity on it, which is great if you have low light plants or you're starting to get algae problems. I'll put a link to that one below. And they also gave me heaters as well too, which have been fantastic. They've got like a kill switch if they go too high, which is what killed my other tanks. So that's a great option. I actually bought like they gave them to test out, and I ended up buying like, I don't know, 3 more heaters and 3 more lights. So I was happy with them right off the hop. But you can see in here there's a baby, these are my pea puffers in this little container here. Oh yeah, you can see them on there. You can see them just laying on the bottom. But I'll have to do a video on my pea puffers here one of these days. And actually they're showing up pretty good in there, but they're sitting upright, and I'm just giving them paramecium right now. They've just hatched not that long ago. So hopefully those guys do good, and then I will let Sabrina have those guys back. But there's like leftover red neon blue eyes in this tank, and celestial pearl danios that I can't catch. They're too there's too many plants in here. This tank is done awesome with that new light on it, so it's really overgrown. So I gotta knock it back a bit. And there's CW111s in there. They're kicking around, but they're probably hiding in the back. And then down here, moved my Chrynichthes Bailey all to this tank. I don't know if we'll see them here. They're not very shy at all. Oh, there's one there you can kind of see. Oh, there he is. So really cool fish. The males are absolutely spectacular. They've done well. These are babies that I've raised from this past summer. There's another one right there, but this tank is ultra dark. And it has all my ornaments from when I was a kid. So I've had that house ornament since I was, I don't know, 3 or 4 years old. Then this tank here, I had my licorice Grammies in, which I never seen. Like, they would go in behind that piece of wood, and then one died there, and I was like, oh no, when I was gone to that conference, did my brother-in-law overfeed them, or what happened? So I actually went into the tank, started moving things around, and I only seen one licorice Grammy. And I was like, okay, they all died. Something happened. They crashed. And then just yesterday, I pulled it out of there, and there was 6. So I think I started out with 7, and like 2 just absolutely gorgeous males. But I put them into a different tank with my other bucket list fish. So those guys are doing great. But this tank is empty right now. I'm probably going to breed those glow light danios in this tank. I got to take the plants out of it and get that going. Then in this tank here, we got some serious reflection on it. These guys here are my Medaka that came out of my deck pond in the summer. They are the platinums. And it looks like, and it was super cold out there, they barely even grew at all. And then once I got them inside into a bit more warmer water, they grew up. But I'm thinking they might all be female. I don't know if that was temperature related. You can see also in this tank here, I've got lots of that Crypneri on the bottom, and then Schismatoglottis protoi. And boy, I think that Schismatoglottis is like just a beautiful kind of mid-ground plant. Kind of looks like Anubias, but grows a bit faster. So those guys are doing good, but I'm pretty sure they're all females. So I know where they came from, the Ken Ely out of Edmonton, and I'll have to get some males because I want to get more of these guys so that I can put them outside in the summer again. Hopefully we don't have such a cold summer. Then over here, we've got my Orisis Sorotoi from Hans Evers. You can see the males dark there. Really a cool fish. He'll go to like gray. He'll look like these females here, and then he'll just go jet black. Lots of displaying with these guys. In the morning, the display, they have the eggs on the anal fin just like other types of rice fish. You can see he's getting darker here. He's displaying a bit. So you can see just from this little bit of video that I did here how he went from more gray to getting to be close to jet black. Just a really cool fish. I was able, one of the guys out east in Ontario, Gage, he wanted some of these, and I brought them to Ontario with me, and hopefully he does well breeding those guys. Get some more of these guys here in Canada. Just a really beautiful little fish. Really cool. Love the way they change colors. So that tank's doing good. The maybe a little bit too much light on this for the Vallisneria. It just seems to not grow tall. Just likes to send out runners. And I've got more red cherry shrimp in there. And then in this tank here, this tank has been doing absolutely ridiculously awesome. I got red neon blue eyes in here, a couple of Fricatus, and some CPDs, and it's just a little grow out tank. But I was able to get the hair algae under control in this tank, and now I got that Susswasser tank going really good in the back there without any hair algae in it, and Crypt Parva in the front, and got my yellow Neocaridina shrimp. I almost lost that group, but I replenished it some, and now they're reproducing again. I don't know. I called it too heavily, and that didn't go well. So the replenishment, though, has helped out quite a bit, and I've actually got yellow neos in a couple of different tanks. And that Medaka, the platinum tank, they're in there as well. But this tank is looking super good, and a lot of people that come over here will say, that's my favorite tank. Looks good. This video might not do it justice, but it looks really cool. And they're all doing great in there. And then down here are my Tiger Limia. They are doing really, really well and reproducing like mad. Just a beautiful little fish, and they were really quite shy before, but now that I've got them in a pretty big colony, they're not shy at all. They're always up at the front of the tank and chasing each other around. Not an overly flashy fish, but they have a real subtle beauty to them. I really like these guys. I keep spreading them around Alberta here. Then we got the goldfish here. They are in my other 75 gallon, and it's fully planted. Lots of crypt balansa in there. These guys go out in the pond in the summer. They kind of destroy the tank over the winter, but not so much where the plants don't come back. Usually by about April, there's a bit of an algae fest going on in here, but I change the water lots and clean out the filter lots, and it keeps it under control. Then down here, we got my Christmas ornament. I was going to do a Christmas video with these guys here. So we got the diver Santa going, and these are my Fricatus blue eyes that I got from Corrine, and they're doing great. Some of my, there's a female, so Epistogramma panduro. Oh my god, they're such an aggressive fish. I had the one female breed in the tank there was a couple of other females in there, and that one female that you just seen there, she lost an eye out of the whole business. I didn't think she was gonna make it at all. She was beat up, but the Panduros, I was able to raise a group of about 17 fry from them, and they've since departed, because the one thing about Panduros, you can't keep a lot together. There is just an explosion of violence. So they're good in a really big tank if you want to keep a few of them, but otherwise it's got to be a male and a female, and then if the female has eggs, you got to get the male out of there because she will kill them. But these guys are doing good. There you can see one of the babies. I kept a couple of the smaller ones that didn't grow up. That's a little male, and there's a little female in there as well, along with that one with the one eye. Her one eye kind of keeps her from killing anybody. So she's able to stay with those couple of small ones. It was just like the little ones out of the batch, so you don't really move those ones on. I'll just keep them. Then in this tank here is my CPD continuous breeding setup, And there's a whole bunch of really old CPDs in here. I've got to get them out of there, and I've got to clean out this tank. You can see my Susswasser tang is all kind of gone down on the bottom because it's gotten overgrown, but I'm still getting fry out of this tank. Like, I want to set it up again because it's just not looking very good, but you can see a fry in there, but it's still producing, and it's producing well. I've got fry in the other room under the stairs, and it's, you know, doing good as far as fry production, but this tank does not look good. I need to do like basically a reset on it because the crypts are just reaching for the light, and they're starting to look really leggy. Like you can see here, they're reaching with their root stem, and it doesn't look good. So I want it to look pretty too. And I've got to replace some of the breeders out of here too. They're just old. And then we get to this tank here, which has my other bucket list fish in it. Sundadanio, axelrodi. I've got a little group of those. Hopefully I'll be able to breed them down the road. I'm really excited about having those guys again. Really sensitive to water changes, so I've been super careful with these guys. I lost my last group with because I do usually big water changes with cold water, and it just turfed my last group. They were just like rolling around in the water when I changed the water. So I've got another group here. I got those from Curtis. They're looking great. I've also got some chili rasboras in here. They're all at the back. These guys just arrived, I don't know, like last week, so they're still kind of getting used to the tank. But the Sundadanios they're looking pretty good. They've gotten used to the tank. And I put my licorice gouramis in here, which I never seen. But once I did see them, I got to see how absolutely beautiful they are. They're gorgeous fish. So hopefully, maybe later today, I'll get some B-roll and I'll be able to show you those licorice gouramis. I'll just overlay it here on the tank and over top of the video. But maybe not. Might take them a while. Sebastian has got another group of them, another guy in our club, and he said once he got some dither fish in with them, they come out quite a bit more, which is going to be spectacular because the males are absolutely gorgeous. So that's that tank, and then I've got this tank here, which I need to trim up a bit. I probably should have did it before the video, but I just have zero time these days. I work in healthcare and it's too busy all the time. And lots of family obligations too. I've got fish here that I used to keep like 20 years ago. Used to be Cella, Daddy Bourgeois, really cool, or orange hatchet fish. And so those guys are new here. We've got one Kabutai Rasbora that came in with that group. And then we've got this one I've been growing out some CPDs in as well. And I've basically got a giant hairgrass carpet because this light from Hygger here is pretty strong. So it actually, I was going to have it so that the hairgrass grew at the back, but it totally carpeted. So I'm going to try out trimming this and see what it looks like at the end. Bit of a hair algae problem in this tank. But we'll go to under the stairs of my little breeding operation there. And it's also got my other colony of Cracodon, Lateralis, El Tomaso. And they're doing it good in there. This is where those Anubias Pinto came out of. That's I think my original male right there. It's nice. He's pretty. He's got a lot of bluish tinge on him. And this tank is doing good. It's got quite a bit of hair algae though. I think just a lot of nutrients in it. But otherwise the tank's doing pretty good. Oh, one of the other fish that I bred this past year, which I've never really done much with before, is killifish. Fundulopanchax gardneri. I've got like a couple of eggs grew up in this little moss tank here, so they're actually fairly big and they're breeding. Usually they're out and about at the front, but I'll throw a little bit of video over top of the giant group of these guys that I grew. Fundulopanchax gardneri, kind of like an egg-laying guppy, man. They reproduce like crazy. And then I've got this little tank here that I haven't got any fry in right now. I'm just gonna probably put the Pseudomagil gertrudii in here once I get some eggs. I've just been feeding those guys up on brine shrimp. You can see my Daphnia culture is going like crazy. Brine shrimp, booth, and in here we've got a bunch of CPD. You can see a few of them there, but they're doing okay. I really like these shoe boxes for growing up fry. Just lots of surface area. They just seem to do so much better in them. So that's that tank there. But I think I might get an acrylic made that's about those dimensions, because you can't see into them. I want to be able to see my fish. Then we'll just go back to big tank there for 2 seconds. It's looking really good. Thanks Jeff Miyoki for inspiring me to use some shadow in my displays. I've also got one level there. You can't hardly see the level. But I've also got some Affy. I only kept one of the 5-gallon tanks up and running. I've got some Aphysimian Cecilia. You can see the males in the kind of on the right hand side here. I've got to get some eggs from these guys here pretty soon, or else I'll miss my opportunity to breed them. They're not overly young fish, but they're pretty good looking fish. Got those from Spencer Jack. He came and did a presentation to our club, which was really great. And yeah, so that's my fish room tour for a year in review. I'll finish it off here with my 90-gallon. It's looking pretty good. Oh, there's looks like one of the killies. There's baby kill. Oh, this is the crooked back guy. I put it in the tank there. I thought it was just gonna get eaten, but it lived. I had so many killifish that I did not know what to do with them, but fortunately Amazonia Aquatics got all my Fundulopanchax gardneri and sold them up, so they kind of bailed me out of a overrun with fish situation there. So thanks for joining me on my year in review video. Hopefully I'll be able to make some more videos here in the next little while. I've got tons of video that needs to be edited, so I always make sure I get the clips of cool things that are going on, but just don't always have the time to put them together. So I hope your 2026 is fantastic, and Merry Christmas and happy fish keeping. Bonus! 2025 wouldn't be complete without displaying my exceptional artwork from Sebastian Fox that I picked up at our Christmas dinner at the Calgary Aquarium Society. It is an awesome piece. Everybody bid me up on it, clowns at the club, and I'm super happy with it. Have a happy new year. Take care. Bye.